Hello and welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm Teacher Oakley. And for the next hour, we're going to be learning vocabulary about newspapers, to talk about newspapers and journalism a little bit. In fact, yesterday, today, and tomorrow at this time slot, I've dedicated the classes to learning about vocabulary related to media. Tomorrow we'll be advertising. Today, I'm going to talk about newspapers. Okay, we'll be learning this vocabulary through a mixture of discussion and doing some exercises, a little mix and match, a little fill in the blank, and so forth. And we'll talk about it a little bit. Okay, I'd like to welcome some students to the class. Is it Tuan?
Hi.
On? Hello.
Hello.
What is your name, please?
My name is Vũ.
Vu.
Vũ. Yeah.
Okay. Vu. Oh, hello, Vu. Welcome to the class.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Where are you from, Vu?
I am from Vietnam.
Vietnam. Okay. And Vu, do you read a newspaper frequently?
Yeah. Every morning.
Every morning. Oh, okay. Very good. All right. Well, then hopefully you will find this quite useful. Okay. Let me also welcome Germain. Germain, how are you today? Germain? Not hearing you, buddy. Sorry to say. I guess you're having some kind of a connection problem. Okay. Germain, do what you got to do, man. We're going to get started. Hopefully, Germain can work out his microphone problem. In the meantime, we're going to get started. Plenty of room in the class for any viewers out there in Verbling if you want to join us. Plenty of room. Okay. All right, we're going to start with a crazy little exercise here. Oopsie. Wrong click there. All right, we're going to start with exercise here. We're going to look at parts of the paper, the different or sections of the newspaper. When for example, I used to always get the Sunday paper, which I don't know about Vietnam, Boo, but in the United States, the Sunday paper is really thick. It's huge.
Huge?
Huge.
Yeah.
Large. Really big. Anyway, and I would sit with my friends or my family, and different people would ask for different sections of the paper. Give me the sports section. I want the entertainment section.
Oh.
I want the cartoons. The comics. Cartoons in the newspapers are called comics. So, okay, we're going to look at a little mix and match, and we're going to mix and match information you want with what section of the newspaper would you look for it. Germain, are you in? I mean, you're in, but are you audio? Is your audio working? I guess not, unfortunately. Germain, don't give up. Okay, let's get started here. Vu, all right, parts of the paper or sections of the paper. Where would you find this information? So, Vu, if you want the football results, what section of the paper would you be looking in?
Yeah, I think I will looking in the. I don't see it here. Sports news.
Okay, sports news.
Sports news.
Okay, absolutely. Americans would call it the sports section. All right, give me the sports section. Absolutely. Okay. Number 2. Vu, it's just me and you, I guess, for now. Vu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, number 2.
What has been happening in Middle East? I think it's in the foreign news. If we are talking about a U.S. Newspaper, it will be foreign news.
Foreign news. Yeah. Other names for this, sometimes commonly called world news.
World news.
Yeah. And by the way, these sections of a newspaper, these are also, you will see them on the internet, on a news site. For example, you will have different windows you can click to that will say world news, sports news, like that. Same idea. All right. How about number 3?
A big fire in York. It, yeah, it will be on home news.
Yeah, I think we're talking. We're imagining here a British newspaper. This is
Yeah.
British material here. Yep. Home news now. Most newspapers have local news, national news, and world news. They usually, that's a typical way they divide up the news sections.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. German, anything yet? No, he is struggling. Okay. All right, German, if you get in, just shout out. Don't be shy. Just say hello, so I know that your audio's working. Okay, Vu. Number 4.
What readers think? Uh, read. Yeah, it is in the editorial and readers' letters.
Exactly. Okay, the readers can write in their own comments. Right. Yeah, usually those sections are together, editorials and readers' letters. Very common. Okay. Well, how about number 5?
The paper opinion about something in the news. Yeah, I don't know this session.
Ah,
Yeah.
which section? This is a little bit of a trick, Vu. It's a little bit of a trick because you'd look in the same section.
Same section with.
Yes. The staff views, or the newspaper's views, the head of a newspaper is the editor. Editor-in-chief is the head editor, and then there's editors for different sections. But if we want to know about the paper's opinion, you're going to look for editorial or editorials. Commonly, there will be a few, maybe there will be regular columnists. These are people who write a regular, perhaps weekly, perhaps daily. A columnist will write a regular editorial. So this is fairly normal, actually. And the editor-in-chief may have also a prominent featured editorial. Top of the page, the editorial page. Okay.
A new job. Yeah. It will be.
We're going to look for a new job.
No. I think I don't know what That's what mean, but I think it will be in uh, obituaries.
Obituaries? That's funny, and you don't even know why. That's very funny.
Yeah.
Okay, let me explain why that's funny. Obituaries is the part of a newspaper that gives the news about people who recently died.
Oh, recently died.
So I suppose you may be able to get a job by getting somebody's job who just died.
Yeah. Oh, so what kind of job for me for in this session?
So really, if you're looking for a job, you would probably look at the classified
Classified.
or classified ads.
Oh,
Yes.
classified.
Classified because they're classified different classifications. There's jobs
Ah,
listings, automobiles listings, maybe furniture listings, services provided listings,
oh,
sections or classifications
classification.
um, for advertisements. But these are real people advertisements, not companies generally. Well, no, companies can offer a job, so it's a mixture. One person wants to sell a car, or a small store needs a clerk. They might put
Oh,
an ad in the classifieds. Um, it's funny when you mentioned Vu about obituaries. I just have to share
picture.
with you. I
Yeah.
have to share with you in New York City. It is very difficult to find an apartment. Okay,
Oh,
it's really, really hard. It's even harder to find an apartment for a reasonable price.
yeah.
So, actually, one strategy that many New Yorkers use, they look in the obituaries and they find somebody who died and they go
Oh,
to his,
oh.
because the obituary says the person's name and where they live. They go to the house or the apartment where the person lived because they know that there's an apartment for rent.
Yeah, but it will not the you talk about the rise of the apartment. I think if the people have just died, the rise of the apartment will not reduce, will not be reduced, right?
Well, it won't reduce, but it might be the same. And be careful, Vu. Price. Don't forget the P. Price.
Price,
Yeah.
price, right.
Price. Well, well, it's complicated, but in New York City there are some buildings which have uh, government regulations, rent control. They're not allowed to raise the rent.
Oh,
So it works differently, and it's quite
but
complicated. But
yeah, I
yeah.
will tell you. I mean, in my country, if you rent a house, that there somebody have just died, the cost, the price of the house will be reduced. Yeah, it's reduced a lot.
Really?
Yeah, because people they think that it will be a bad luck.
Bad luck or
Bad luck.
real?
Yeah, yeah. To stay in that house.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, no kidding.
yeah, no,
Ah,
not kidding, not kidding.
wow. Okay, that's very interesting.
And usually, the house owner cannot you know cannot find any other to rent the house
No,
for months.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That if I ever move to Vietnam, I know where I'm going.
And if you move to Vietnam, you look on the newspaper on the obituary section there.
Absolutely. I'm not afraid of no ghosts. Who you
Yo,
gonna call? Ghostbusters. Okay. Uh, okay. Number 7.
yeah, what's he on at the theater tonight? It will be on TV and entertainment guide.
Certainly. Entertainment section, depending on where you are. Vu, I'm an American, but I live in the Philippines. And here, The
Yeah.
Sunday newspaper entertainment guide is absolutely enormous.
Enormous.
Enormous. Really, really large. Really
Yeah.
big. Yeah. I don't know why, but it's crazy big. Okay. Number 8.
Yeah. Where to invest your money? It will on business and money news session.
Of course. Some business and money news. Okay. Often just the business section. This is very common.
Oh.
Okay. Uh,
Uh, so
okay. Looks like we've had someone join us. Hello, Stephen. Welcome to the class.
Hello, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Stephen, we're looking at sections or parts of the newspaper. If we want to find certain information, where could we find that information? So, for example, number 9, Stephen, could you read that?
The life of a famous actor who has just died.
Okay. What section would you find that information? You want to find out about?
Obituaries.
Obituaries. There we go. Yeah, there's the obituaries. Yes. I see dead people. Okay. Where they tell about people who died, and not just famous people either. Depending, of course, a city like New York City can't talk about every single person, but they will sure try. The obituaries are huge in big cities in North America. VU.
the temperature in sorry how to pronounce
I
the
think it's. I'm not sure myself, but I think it's
yeah,
Tenerife.
January. Is he on the weather forecast session?
Yeah, it might be, but there's a section missing here. Really. Okay. It definitely might be, but there's a section missing. There's often in newspapers or on websites. There's often a travel section. Travel section. So if you're living very far from Tenerife, you're right. You may look at the weather forecast, but if you're trying to find out what the temperature is because you're planning a vacation, you may look at the travel section as well. Okay. Okay, Stephen.
Finding a new partner.
Okay. Where are you going to look for that?
Personal.
Okay. I was wondering if this would be a little tricky for you, but I guess not. Okay. You would look in the personals. Partner here, if we use partner without any adjective, partner means a love interest, a romantic partner. Okay. All right. So the personal ads are people looking for other people to have relationships with, of one sort or another. Now, partner, if I put another word in business partner, of course, that's something different. All right. Okay. Tennis partner. All right. You play doubles tennis. Okay. Obviously, something different. Partner by itself in English refers to romantic interest. Okay. Vu, last one in this section here.
What a newly published book is like? And this is on the review section.
This would be in the reviews section. Okay. And very good in newspapers. Okay. We say in. I read it in the newspaper. I saw it on the internet. I saw it on TV, but you read it in the newspaper. All right, let's talk more about newspapers and some terminology, some words that we use. Choosing from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, Stephen A. Could you read the A and then tell me which type of paper would that be?
Okay, a paper that you can buy every morning. Daily paper?
Is a daily paper. All right, or very commonly, just a daily. Pick up the daily. We'll often even drop paper and just say it daily. Okay, Vu, how about B?
A paper that's sold throughout the country. It's a national paper.
Okay, very good. Do you have a national paper there in Vietnam?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Stephen, how about C?
A paper produced in one town. Local paper.
Okay. Be careful of pronunciation of produced. After this S sound of the C here, that's a voiceless sound. So when we add ED to a voiceless sound, no R, just air, okay, one of those kinds of sounds, the ED has a T pronunciation, produced.
Produced.
That's it.
Produced.
Okay, all right. Very good. Vu, how about D?
A serious paper that reports world events. I don't know. Broadsheet and tabloid.
Okay, well, this is the most important part. A broadsheet is the paper, the big ones. All right, it's the one you have to fold up if you're on the bus or on the train, so you're not stretching your arms out to read the newspaper. You have to fold it up so you don't hit people in the face with your elbow. Okay, those are broadsheets. We're talking about the Washington Post, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, newspapers like that. Okay. As opposed to a tabloid, which is in general much smaller. Okay, these are, you can, I don't know about in your countries, but in the United States, you can find these tabloid newspapers next to when you're checking out of the supermarket. They'll have a little rack with tabloid papers. They may tell you how space aliens recently kidnapped the president of the United States, and that monkeys with bird heads have taken over the entire country of Vietnam and enslaved all the people. Sometimes they have very silly stories. Other tabloids talk about rich and famous people, and you know, they're who's married to who's having an affair, and these kinds of not really real news. Okay, those things. Tabloids, lots of pictures, usually big print, sensationalism, sensationalist newspapers. Okay, let's talk about the people who work at a newspaper. Same idea here. Stephen A. Oops.
Okay, decide what goes in a newspaper or magazine. The editor.
Yeah, the editor usually decides the content, what goes in, what goes out, or what goes in, what stays out, I should say. That's right. The editor makes this content decisions. What's inside is the content. Okay. Very good. Vu, how about B?
finds interesting news stories and writes about them. I think they are the reporters.
Sure, there. Okay. Interesting. Um,
Interesting.
okay. This is an interesting word. We usually drop this second syllable, interesting. We don't usually say it. We usually just say interesting. And
Interesting.
make sure you're hitting your T's there, Who? Rights.
Right.
Okay, great. Okay, Stephen, letter C.
Owns the newspaper. The proprietor.
Okay, proprietor.
Proprietor.
Yeah, and in English, this word not only it means owner, not just a newspaper. You can be the proprietor of a hot dog stand. You can be the proprietor of a bookshop. You can be the proprietor of a French restaurant. Okay, just basically a proprietor means owner. It could be anything. Okay, Vu?
Yeah, bright, dry, regular column in a newspaper or magazine. Yeah, they are columnists.
Okay, columnists.
Columnists.
Okay, so they have a regular, maybe daily, maybe weekly, a newspaper column, or they write about current events usually. Often this is located somewhere around the letters to the editor or the editorials. Somewhere in that area, we'll usually have the columnists pieces. Okay. And last but not least, Stephen?
Okay. Sends reports from a particular part of the world or about a particular subject. Okay, a reporter.
But
A correspondent.
a correspondent, often you will hear the collocation a foreign correspondent, okay, or an international correspondent. These are the guys you see on the news, and they're reporting from Syria, or they're reporting from Brazil or Washington, D.C., whatever. They're all over the world. Okay. A journalist. Okay, so we got a reporter, correspondent, a journalist. A journalist is anybody who writes or reports news, newspaper or television. Reporter is pretty much the same. It's slightly less formal. A television reporter, a newspaper reporter, a radio reporter. The only one that's slightly different is a correspondent is reporting from a different location, usually far, far away. Okay. Let's try looking at some words and collocations that we use to talk about newspapers now. Okay. Fill in the blank type exercise here. Some of it is in the form of a dialogue. I'll try to fill in the other end of the dialogue, but you're going to do fill in the blank exercises using these words or phrases. Vu, number one.
Did you see that really interesting article about India in the paper last Sunday?
Very good. All right, yes, article. Newspaper articles, each written piece or each reading passage can be referred to as an article. Each article has a different author or reporter. Okay, very good. Stephen, have you watched the news today? Somebody broke into the Queen's bedroom. You
No.
might reply. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. No, but I'm sure it'll be on the front page
Mm-hmm.
of all tomorrow's papers. I can see the circulation already.
No. Okay. This is a little tricky. All right. First of all, I want to comment good pronunciation of it'll. Good.
It'll.
It'll be, that was good. It'll be on the front page of all tomorrow's papers. Very good. All right. When somebody uses this, I can see something already, it means they're predicting. They're guessing that something's going to happen in the future. Even sometimes we just say, I can see it already. Oh, you're 6 hours late coming home from work. I'm sure your wife is going to love that. I can see it already. I can picture it in my mind. I can imagine your wife's going to hit you in the head with a frying pan, for example. All right. So he can imagine something already. What do you think? Not circulations. I can see. Well, he's imagining what kind of, how they're going to announce this thing. All right. So I can see the headlines already. So he can imagine what the headlines will say. The headlines are the big words at the top of an article. These are the headlines, or in normal writing, if there's short titles above a paragraph or a series of paragraphs, we call those headers. You see them often in business reports or advertising or brochures or something. There are headers. In a newspaper, those are called headlines. All right. Okay. Vu, the tabloids are full of absolute rubbish.
I know. I'm amazed that they have such a big I don't know. Supplement.
Yeah, well, nice try. Circulations.
Circulation.
Okay, now circulation, their circulation, I think the circulation for the New York Times is around 3 million per day. Okay, how many newspapers they sell is their circulation? Okay, when we use this specifically about newspapers, when we talk about the circulation of a newspaper, we're talking about a number. How many newspapers do they sell usually every day? A magazine, same thing. This is a small niche magazine. It has to do with the cat juggling magazine. It's very small, has very small circulation. We only have 8 subscribers to Cat Juggling magazine. It has a very small circulation. Okay.
Yeah.
Circulation, I should, since this is an English class, I should mention other meanings or other ways we use this word. Vu, if I ask you, how's your circulation, what am I talking about? How's your circulation? I'm talking about your body. What part of your body?
Body. My body.
Yeah. If you're talking about circulation in your body.
I don't know.
Okay. What's something that moves all around your body? Goes down to your toes, back up your legs, into your heart, from your heart, up your neck, into your brain, back down your neck, into your heart, up your shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay. Your blood. Your blood circulation. So if you have good,
The movement of my blood.
That's right.
Right.
We refer to it as a noun. You have good circulation, your blood moves around very, very well, very easily. If you have bad circulation, maybe your fingers get numb, or maybe you have problems with cholesterol, for example. That may slow down your circulation. Okay. And you can circulate through a party. You go to different areas of the party and talk to different people. Or if I say there's a rumor circulating, there's a rumor going around, making its way around, like your blood, all right? It goes around. So all the way, newspapers, your blood, rumors, a person circulating through a crowd, you're moving around. That's the idea. Okay. All right. Stephen, I feel sorry for these film stars. Reporters seem to follow them everywhere.
No, they don't get much privacy.
Yeah. They don't get much privacy, do they? Famous people don't get much privacy. They're followed around by newspapers and photographers. Stephen, do you know the word for these guys that follow, taking pictures, follow movie stars around?
Paparazzi?
That's it. Got it.
Paparazzi.
Paparazzi. Yes, indeed. What a job. I don't know. I don't know how people do that. I would be annoyed with myself. Anyway. Okay, I don't know. Somebody's got to do it, I guess. Okay. Vu, how about number 5 here?
I love the Sunday papers. There are so many sections and usually a color supplement.
Okay, a color supplement. All right. A supplement. Well, okay, I have to talk about this word as well. A supplement is an extra. So, for example, on Sundays they put in extra information, maybe an extra section of the newspaper about real estate, or an extra section about travel, or what have you, an extra arts section. These things are very common. Supplement means an extra. If you take a supplement every day, that you're probably excuse me, you're probably talking about a vitamin or nutritional supplement. That would be common. So supplement means an extra, something a little extra. Okay, and right, put those in the newspapers. One supplement in the Sunday paper for most English newspapers is the comics. Vu, do you ever read the comics? Or do you have the comics in?
Hi, I'm back.
Ah, you are. Vu, do you ever read the comics in your newspaper?
Yeah. No, I'm not reading the comic on newspaper. I usually read them in the, a dedicated book. Right?
Okay.
In my country, they don't publish comic on the newspaper.
They don't. That's terrible. You should start.
Yeah.
You should make some comics so you can put them in the newspaper. Stephen, do you ever read your horoscope in the newspaper? Do you know what that is?
Sorry?
Do you ever read your horoscope in the newspaper? Stephen, horoscope? Do you know that word?
No.
Okay, your horoscope tells the future based on the stars. When were you born?
Okay.
a Leo, a Sagittarius, whatever, and it will
Yes,
tell
I
your
don't.
future for the day. This is a common thing in newspapers and sometimes even websites, news websites. You can find out your fortune for the day.
I don't
All
read
right.
that.
You don't read that? I don't either, but it's a common feature of newspapers. Okay, sometimes there are comics, sometimes horoscopes, sometimes puzzles, like word puzzles. Those are great, by the way. Sometimes Sudoku. Okay, let's look at some verbs which are used often in newspaper reporting. Okay. Actually, okay, Vu, back to you. Some more fill in the blank here.
And Senior Sam McDonald uh, uh, described how his attacker laughed as they took his money.
Okay. Yes, that's right. Described. Don't forget
Described
your B. Described. Okay.
described
Described his attackers. How his attackers laughed. Again, T sound. Laughed as they stole his money. Okay. Steven, number 2.
Police in Brighton have uh, announced for witnesses after a man was attacked in the town centre late last night.
Okay. Attacked. Another one. K. It's
Attack.
just air. There's no sound. It's just so T sound again. Attacked.
Attacked.
All right. But wait a second here. Police in Brighton have they're asking for witnesses. They're kind of between asking and begging. Not quite begging, but more than asking. You appeal for something. So police in Brighton have appealed for witnesses. They're asking for witnesses. Witnesses are people who saw this man being attacked. Witnesses to the crime. Or eyewitnesses. If they actually saw the attack, it's an eyewitness. Okay.
Yeah.
This almost never happens, but it's possible that police may appeal for witnesses in the newspaper. That's, I don't know, pretty rare where I come from. Okay. Vu, number 3.
Angry friends and relatives have claimed uh, have the I don't know, have claimed another man died in police custody yesterday.
Okay. No. Okay. A man died in police custody. So looks like the police did something.
Yesterday.
So an inquiry is a formal investigation into how this man died. So the man who died, his friends and relatives demanded an inquiry. That's right. That's it. That's it exactly. Police custody. If you're in custody, somebody's in control of you. Okay, you can get a divorce. So you have custody of your children. You are responsible for your children. This means the police are responsible for you if they're holding you in custody. You shouldn't be dying. Okay, so they're demanding for an inquiry, right? Okay, Stephen, how about number 4?
$500 new jobs will be created in the health service. The government uh, announced it.
Yeah, and same thing again there, Stephen. Announced.
Announced.
Yeah. Okay.
Announced.
Announced. All right. Well, okay. When people publicly say things, decisions. Okay. Apple announced their new iPad. The government announced a new project. Okay. Coca-Cola announced a new formula for their soda. Sure. When things become public, they get announced. Okay. Great. Vu, number 5.
Yeah. Nobody has claimed responsibility for the bomb which exploded in central London yesterday.
That's right. Very common collocation, to claim responsibility. Right. If you claim something, you declare you did it. Yeah, okay. You claim something, you're kind of announcing that you did something or that something is the truth. If I claim I'm a millionaire, I'm telling you I'm a millionaire. I'm stating it to you. That I'm telling you that honestly I'm a millionaire. In fact, I'm not. Okay. One other thing here. Vu, in the word bomb, the second B is silent. You do not have to pronounce it. Bomb.
Bomb.
Yep.
Bomb.
Not necessary. Pronounce the second B. Okay. Let's see here. Headline words. Okay. All right. In this little exercise here. Oopsie. No, sorry. This little exercise here. Okay. All right. What? Okay. Okay. First of all, let's do a quick exercise here, gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, ABC, especially in newspaper talk, but also in spoken English to some degree. These words can be used the same. Stephen, something hits something. ABC. Hits matches what? Stephen, are you there?
Sorry. Supports?
No. Let me give you an example. Let's see if we can. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Affects badly. All right. Strike hits travelers. Thousands of travelers spent the night at Heathrow Airport after cabin crew and ground staff went on strike. Okay, so they're not, thousands of travelers, I'm sure, are not supporting them. So not support, Stephen.
Has a bad effect.
Yeah, okay. So, okay. You often see this about weather. Typhoon hits Vietnam. That's not good. Yeah, that's definitely not good. Okay, Vu, how about quits?
Quits. Me leave a job.
Right. As in this example, director quits. Okay. Philip Bosman has resigned from his job. All right. So quits, leaves a job, resigns. All right. And Stephen backs.
Backs. A. Supports.
Yeah, of course. Okay. As in this example, Prime Minister backs plan. The Prime Minister has given his support to a plan which aims to reduce the number of young smokers. All right. All right, so this is very common in headlines. Somebody backs somebody else, especially in politics. You see this in English a lot. President Obama backs Hillary Clinton for president. This supports Hillary Clinton. This is very common. In fact, I'm waiting for that particular headline any day now. Okay, well, actually, that'll be still months away. Vu, looking at our next little set here. Tragedy.
Tragedy. A situation full of fear.
I think there's a better.
A very sad situation.
Yes, I think so. Very sad situation is a tragedy. Tragic actually has more to do with sorrow than fear. I think that one would probably, tragedy would go with probably this one, plane tragedy. A pilot and his 2 passengers were killed yesterday when their plane crashed. Okay, so this would be a typical headline. Stephen, scare.
Scare. A situation full of fear.
Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Bomb scare. Here's a common collocation. A bomb scare. Stephen, have you ever experienced a bomb scare?
No.
No? I
Never.
have. I have. A couple times in my high school and in my university in the United States. Somebody called in and claimed to have put a bomb in the school. So everyone was evacuated immediately. Alarms went off and everyone had to leave the building until the building could be searched. It was a bomb scare.
I tell you, it's funny in my country.
Yeah.
If there is someone announced that there are bombs in my school, the student will not run away. They will find out where is the bomb.
They will what? They will try to find the bomb?
Yeah, and a lot of people will come to the school and find. I don't know. It's very funny in my country. That's the truth. Yeah.
Okay. In the United States, all these students and teachers would immediately leave, and then they would bring in dogs and policemen to search for the bomb. Yeah. Professionals.
In my country, people are curious about something dangerous. Yeah, especially to some dangerous problem.
Really? Okay. It's a good way to get yourself killed. I don't know. Okay. I don't think that's a great idea. Okay, last one here. A row.
Row.
Vu? A row. What's a row? Row.
A row. An argument or disagreement.
Yeah, a row is especially... Now, this is actually strange. A row is very common in British English, but in American English, it's very common. It's not common to speak or even write, but it's very common to see this used in headlines, even in America, where we don't really normally use this word. Normally, we say argument or disagreement, but, okay, it could be used like in this headline here. Festival row. Right. For angry scenes at a meeting last night between organizers of a musical festival and local residents who do not want it to take place. That's a headline would be a festival row, for example. Okay.
No.
Okay. Oops. Oop. And that's about all the material, which is good because that's about all the time we have. Okay. Before I go, I have to ask you guys: do either one of you work in a newspaper, or
No.
are you a reporter, Vu? No, no. How about you, Stephen?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Just checking. Just wanted to check. Or a photographer. I was saying bad things about the paparazzi. I don't want you guys to get mad at me. Okay. Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much for attending the class and helping me out. I appreciate it, and I hope I see you again real soon here on Verbally. Okay.
Thank you
Okay,
very much.
thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.